The 2019 PGA Championship is almost here. A field of 156 players, including all 100 of the top 100 ranked players in the world, will be competing, taking on Bethpage Black. Here are the top 15 players to watch out for this week at the PGA Championship. Coming in at number 15 is Webb Simpson. The 19th ranked player in the world is coming off of 3 straight top 20 finishes, including a 5th place finish at the Masters. Bethpage Black doesn't set up very well at all to short hitters, and Simpson doesn't have the greatest track record here at Bethpage, as he ranks 166th in driving distance. However, he is a very good mid to long iron player, and that showed at the Masters this year, where he finished in the top 5. The stats don't necessarily point to Webb Simpson this week, but he has been playing well lately, and he knows how to get the job done in a major, having won the US Open back in 2012. Number 14 is the Spaniard Sergio Garcia. Sergio is coming off of back-to-back top 5 finishes. He also has a great track record here at Bethpage Black, having finished 10th place at the 2009 US Open when it was hosted here, and 3rd place at the 2012 Barclays. He ranks 38th in driving distance on tour, and he also ranks 3rd in strokes gained approach the green. However, he hasn't made the cut in a major championship in his last 6 major appearances. His last top 20 finish in a major was at the 2017 Masters, where he won. He hasn't been showing up in the majors lately, but if there's a tournament that could get him out of that 6-cut streak, it's going to be this one. Coming in at the 13th spot is Gary Woodland. Woodland is a ball striking king and ranks 7th in strokes gained off the tee and 43rd in strokes gained approach the green. He is ranked 2nd on tour in birdie average. Woodland also competed in the 2016 Barclays and finished tied for 4th. The only concern for him going into this week is the fact that he just withdrew from his last event. However, this golf course fits his game very well, and he's trending in the right direction after making his last 2 cuts in major championships and finishing 6th place at last year's PGA. Coming in at number 12 is the Spaniard Jon Rahm. Rahm is ranked 11th place in the world and is coming fresh off a win where he and Ryan Palmer teamed up at the Zurich Classic. Jon Rahm is pretty much automatic off the tee and ranks 2nd in strokes gained off the tee this season. This will really come in handy at a golf course where it requires you to not only be long off the tee, but keep it in the fairway. His top 10 finish at the Masters this year was his 2nd straight top 10 in a major championship. He also finished 4th place in the PGA last year. This will be his debut at Bethpage Black, but nonetheless he's playing well and I expect him to have a good tournament. Number 11 is Jason Day. Day hasn't finished outside the top 20 at the PGA Championship in the last 6 years, with 3 top 10s in the last 4. He ranks 5th in strokes gained off the tee this season, as well as 11th place in strokes gained putting. He has the game that fits perfectly for PGA Championships, it's just a matter of if he's going to stay healthy. He withdrew from the Arnold Palmer Invitational earlier in the season, and missed the cut of the Valspar. However, he looked good at the Masters with a top 5 finish, and he looked like he was playing decent in his most recent start. He would definitely be ranked higher on the list if it weren't for his health right now. Coming in at number 10 is Xander Schauffele. Schauffele has been super impressive on tour in his last few years. He's posted 3 top 10s in his last 4 major appearances, including 2 runner-up finishes. He ranks 34th in strokes gained off the tee, 18th in strokes gained approach the green, and 49th in strokes gained putting. He's still very young at the age of 25, and this will be his debut at Bethpage Black. However, he's shown that he has the game to contend in major championships, and I won't be surprised if he's on the front page of the leaderboard come Sunday. Moving on to number 9, we have Patrick Reed. Reed might not have been the most lovable Masters winner last year. However, you can't argue that he's a great player. Reed has been struggling with his game a little bit as of late, but he finished 2nd place in the 2017 PGA Championship, and the last time that a PGA Tour event was held at Bethpage Black, Patrick Reed won. He's won a major championship before, and given the fact that he has a good track record at Bethpage Black, I'd be watching out for him this week. Coming in at number 8 is Justin Rose. The former world number 1 would easily be ranked inside the top 5 if it weren't for his missed cut at the Masters last month. His ball striking hasn't been quite as solid as it was last year, however he is putting very well, ranking 4th place in strokes gained putting. After his missed cut at the Masters, he did show signs, finishing 3rd place at his most recent event at the Wells Fargo. At the end of the day, you can never count out Justin Rose in a major championship. Number 7, Francesco Molinari. Molinari has been a machine in major championships over the last few years. He has just seemed unflappable lately, and I think that his back 9 on Sunday at the Masters was very surprising to many people. However, his top 5 finish at the Masters was his 6th straight top 25 finish in a major championship, including a victory at the 2018 Open Championship where he was paired with Tiger Woods. Molinari has what it takes to win a major. He has a solid all-around game, and I expect him to be right there again on Sunday. Coming in at number 6 is Tony Finau. Finau has been knocking on the door in major championships for a long time now. His 5th place finish at the 2019 Masters was his 4th top 10 in the last 5 major championship appearances. He ranked 6th place in driving distance, which is perfect for a course of this length. He also finished 10th place at the 2015 PGA and 12th place at Bethpage at the 2016 Barclays. He doesn't have a major under his belt, so the first one is always the toughest. However, everything is lining up for him perfectly going into this week. Bringing us into the top 5 is Rory McIlroy. The 4-time major champion, also ranked number 4 in the world currently, leads the tour in strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained tee to green, and strokes gained total. In my opinion, Rory is the greatest driver of the golf ball to ever live. However, he has struggled at the PGA Championship lately and hasn't cracked the top 10 in the last 4 years. The last time he finished in the top 10 at the PGA Championship was whenever he won it back in 2014. He has a solid game stat-wise and has played pretty well coming into this event. However, he hasn't played particularly well for his skill level at Bethpage in his last 3 appearances. I expect at least a top 10 from Rory this week, but I'm not sure if Bethpage Black is the setting for his 5th major championship victory. Coming in at number 4 is Ricky Fowler. The 30-year-old is still searching for his first major championship victory. He's coming off back-to-back top 10s, including the 9th place finish at the Masters. Fowler hasn't finished worse than 28th place in his last 9 major championship appearances, dating back to the 2017 Masters. He has 2 top 5 finishes in his last 5 appearances at the PGA. He also held the 54-hole lead at the 2016 Barclays, which was hosted by Bethpage Black. We all know that Ricky has the tools to win a major championship. He won golf's 5th major at the Players' Championship, and Jordan Spieth famously said, "If you can win there, you can win anywhere." Given that there have been many first-time winners on the PGA Tour, I wouldn't be surprised if 2019 is the year that Ricky gets his first major championship. Number 3, Dustin Johnson. World number 1, 7th in strokes gained tee to green, 5th in strokes gained putting.
That's all I have to say about that.
Coming in at number 2 is Brooks Koepka. The 3-time major champion is ranked number 3 in the world currently. In his last 9 major championship appearances, he has 6 top 5 finishes, including 3 victories. He also has 3 top 5 finishes at the PGA Championship in the last 4 years. The defending champion is fresh off of another top 5 finish last week at the Byron Nelson. I think we can all agree that at this point, the front page of the leaderboard, especially at major championships, just wouldn't look right if Brooks Koepka wasn't on it. And finally, coming in at number 1, Tiger Woods. The now 15-time major champion is returning to Bethpage Black, where he claimed his 2nd US Open title in 2002. He also finished 6th place here in 2009 and is coming fresh off his win at the 2019 Masters. He hasn't competed since the Masters and has been getting plenty of practice here at Bethpage Black. He hasn't finished worse than 6th place in his last 3 major championships, including a runner-up finish at last year's PGA. Tiger leads the PGA Tour in greens and regulation percentage. He has also been very consistent off the tee this season, and when your iron game is as good as his is, that's a dangerous combination. He's still carrying some momentum from his Masters victory last month, and there's no reason to think that he's not going to contend again this week.